And I've learned that when you want to have conversations with your in-laws and manage expectations towards your in-laws, go through their child. Hi guys, welcome again to my YouTube channel. My name is Chisom, Pisom, Pastor Pisom. Whatever you like, whatever sails your boat, but I'm excited to be in front of your screens or on your screens today. If this is your first time listening to me, seeing my face, being on this channel, let me know in the comment section. I really want to know your name, know how you found me. Let me know in the comment section. If you're a returning subscriber, you're the real OG, and I deeply, truly appreciate you. Now to our video for today. I'm about to sing one song, but I don't want to murder my Yoruba, so let's just take it small. But you're about to meet the in-laws. You're about to get married, or you're thinking of getting married, or your relationship is getting more serious, and you want to meet your in-laws. So what are some things you should know ahead of time before meeting your in-laws? Now, I give disclaimer. I have heard many in-law stories. I have heard from stories of people on YouTube, people I know, people I don't know, people up close. And I have just come to the conclusion that I am really fortunate and blessed to have the in-laws that I have. My parents-in-law have literally taken me as their daughter. They're very kind. Of course, we are very different people from very different backgrounds and upbringings. So there are some things that we may not always agree on. There are things that we may not always see eye to eye on. But by and large, I am blessed to have the parents-in-law that I do have. But the tips I'll be sharing are also from things that I have learned from other people and their relationships with their in-laws. Okay, so I'll be sharing I'll be sharing some tips that would help you in your first meeting or subsequent meetings with your in-laws. Okay, number one, try to understand the family dynamics. Right. So, is your partner close to their parents? Are their parents, distant from them? What are the family dynamics between your potential spouse and their parents? Are they close knit? Are they estranged? What does it look like? Because it would affect how you relate with them, whether you like it or not. You are coming into this family because of their child, right? If not for their child, they most likely may not relate with you in a certain way or even know you up close. So it's important for you to understand how dynamics work with them and their child, because it helps you manage your expectations in certain ways. So if you are dating someone or you're about to marry someone who does not have a close relationship with their parents, you will not be too shocked when they're not very close to you. So it helps you manage your expectations, right? It helps you know what makes them tick. Now, if they're very close to their parents, it also helps you manage their expectation. It helps you know that, okay, their parents, input or their parents' opinions will most likely have a stronger effect on them. It makes you want to understand how they got close. Like, the family dynamics between your partner and their parents are very important because it indirectly impacts you as well. And it also helps you stay informed on how to relate with the family, how to relate with your spouse. It's just important that you learn about their family dynamics. Number two, you can hardly go wrong with bringing a good gift for your first visit, especially like in an African space. There are some cultures. I don't know any culture off the top of my head that does not accept or celebrates or welcome gifts, right? It may be a personal thing. Some people may not like gifts. Like, I remember one time my husband and I traveled and we came back to Lagos to visit. We were living in Dubai at the time. And we brought some gifts to my father-in-law. My father-in-law was like, oh, you should have bothered and everything. Then he opened his wardrobe and showed us like similar things that he had. And I was like, you guys should not have bothered. And then, like, if I didn't understand my father-in-law, I would have felt like he was not appreciating what we had brought. But knowing the kind of person my father-in-law is, he hates to be a bother, right? He doesn't want you to, go out of your way or inconvenience yourself for his sake. So I could understand that and I did not get offended, right? Someone else would get very offended about that, especially if you don't understand the person and why they are responding in a certain way. But by and large, you can hardly ever go wrong bringing a gift. And even with my father-in-law, there was a statement he made towards his birthday. He had reached out to my husband and he says that, "Oh, I know that you are very thoughtful and want to bring a gift for me, but don't bother yourself." Now, the fact that he knew that my husband was thoughtful and would most likely want to bring a gift is because there's a track record of my husband doing that towards his family. And it's better that you are known to be a thoughtful person than to be known to be akagom. Okay? So you can hardly ever go wrong with bringing a gift. And now with gifts, be careful. Oh. Not now on the first visit to your in-laws, buy them a house. I don't know. I don't think it's appropriate, even if you can afford it, because you don't want to look like, oh yeah, now, yeah, they are, for lack of a better phrase, poverty alleviation scheme, or you're trying to buy their loyalty over. Be modest about it. Like, be modest, buy things that you know they will appreciate, but don't go overboard. Okay. And third thing, get to know their expectations of you. Get to know their expectations of you. And I'll give some examples for myself, right? So I know that my father-in-law, appreciates simplicity. Let me put it that way. He appreciates simplicity. So this is like gowns instead of trousers, skirts instead of trousers, not having nails per se or colored hair or things like that. I just knew by conversations with my husband that this is like what his parents are used to and would like probably appreciate. But at the same time, my husband likes it when I do colorful hair. My husband likes it when I fix my nails. My husband likes it when I put on some makeup, even though I don't really like makeup. But the times I do put on makeup, my husband really likes it. So I had a conversation with him that, okay, I'm coming to your dad and your parents for the first time. That day, I think I had braided my hair recently and I braided it brown. So it wasn't shouty brown, but it wasn't dark brown, right? It was like light brown. And I was telling my husband that, well, I hope to get married to you and everything. We're not married then. We hadn't even been engaged at the time, but we're really serious about our relationship. And I was like, I don't braid black hair often, so I won't pretend that I won't now go and cut my hair now because I'm going to see your dad. And you like it, did you get? So I'm just putting it out as an expectation to you that when I'm coming to your house, I am coming with this hair. So any damage control that you could do would be very appreciated. But at the same time, I was also considerate to the kind of people his parents are. So when I came, I wore like a dress. I had trousers. And to be honest, I wear trousers more often when I go to see them and they are fine with it. But it was my first time meeting them. I wanted to make a good impression. I wanted to, and I didn't mind wearing the gown I was wearing. There was nothing wrong with it. It was a beautiful gown. So I went to them, bought a gift, wore a dress and everything. But I had a conversation with my husband because I'm not going to stop wearing trousers, right? I like trousers. You like trousers, James. And so it's an important conversation to have with your partner and also manage expectations because parents are very different. Do you understand? So learn to manage expectations. And I've learned that when you want to have conversations with your in-laws and manage expectations towards your in-laws, go through their child. So there are some things that my husband may want to communicate with my parents that I would rather do the talking because I understand my parents. I've lived with them, right? So vice versa. Okay, so understand what they expect of you and also manage expectations properly. Another thing to know is genuinely care for them. Honestly, like genuinely show you care for them, not just eye service, not just when you go to their house, you're sweeping the floor, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're trying to impress. Genuinely care for them. Like if you want to help out when you go to their house, by all means do that, but in the right boundaries. You don't want to start what you cannot finish, because there are some parents-in-law, sadly, that take advantage of their daughters-in-law and their son-in-law. Let's say you come around and you innocently want to help around, and then all of a sudden, maybe you are in school in another state and they are calling you to come and help them to cook weekend food. When they have been cooking it before you came. Now, that may sound controversial. I'm not trying to start fights, but I'm just saying don't start what you cannot finish, okay? Also try to learn from your partner what works from them. Some parents don't just appreciate it. Some people see their kitchen as like a private space. So you're not that familiar to be entering their kitchen or to be going to the room or something. So just kind of like gauge what works for them and don't be too forward. Okay. But genuinely show care for them. Learn their birthdays. Listen to them when they speak. Ask questions when they are sharing stories about their lives. Like, get to know them as people. They are your parents-in-law, yes, but get to understand them as people and not just people that you're trying to impress, but people that you're trying to learn how to love. I hope this helps you. If you've met your in-laws before, let me know how it went out in the comment section if you're willing to share. And any tips that you think may be helpful that I may not have mentioned, please let me also know in the comment section. It may help somebody out there that is going to see their in-laws maybe this week, next week, at the end of the year. It may help somebody. So please share in the comment section. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. If you're not subscribed, I beg you, please subscribe. Thank you so much. I love you. See you in my next video. Bye.